Andy Sullivan with Blue Collar Corner. I'm here with James Meaney, the new president of the New York Young Republicans Club, and we're here at a book signing for Andrew Breitbart. Now, James, I want to congratulate you first off on your new position. Anything special you want to do with the group now that you're in charge?
Well, I want to grow the group. It's a great time, I think, for Republicans to. There's a lot of popularity, or with the Obama being so unpopular, and with just the true principles of the Republicanism being able to. I just want to be able to spread that word better among the youth in New York City, which is. People hide, much like they do in Hollywood, which was what Andrew was talking about. I think young people hide. I have people come up to me, friends of mine come up to me and talk to in my ear and tell me, no,
on the sly.
On the sly. I agree. I have some really right positions. You know,
well, you know what? I think it's
spread that.
Yeah, it's the GOP establishments. They really don't know how to get across to the young people. But a young guy like yourself, you know, can get that message going.
Messaging is a huge problem with Republicans in general, and that's something I want to change. And when you have a young face on it, and people who are energetic and have their ideals and are ready to spout them without any cowardice and with not worrying about what people think, I think it's a great opportunity to spread what we believe is a necessary fight. So that's what I want to do, is not just get more members to our group just so we have a bigger group, but spread what needs to be spread. And that's my goal for this.
Okay, now other than growing the group, which is definitely going to be your top priority, what are some of the issues that you really, your lightning rod issues, the ones that concern you the most?
Well, being in a liberal bastion like New York City is, it really is. I mean, part of it is a lot of the same things that Andrew was talking about, fighting the default liberalism that exists among young people. I think young people tend to be liberal just because it's the cool thing to do. It's the only thing they know. It's what people who are of their age also do. So.
That's very well articulated. I haven't heard it put that way. It's a perfect way to put that.
Well, yeah, I want to change that idea that, that's what we should be, because either you're black or you're young or you're, Hispanic, whatever. Like, that's what people of your kind are like. No, it's not. And, I mean, our group is quite diverse, and we want to just...
see that.
Yeah, no, we have... Because people, when they hear the ideas, they sign on to the ideas. When you present a person with an idea and don't call the Republican or Democrat, but the idea, they usually side with the Republican idea, not knowing it. And we just want to spread that idea. So that's what I'm going to do. I mean, a lightning rod issue, though, it's all over the place.
What about unions? What about public unions, public sector unions and their funding, and they're right now fighting for their collective bargaining agreement rights? How do you feel about that?
Well, I feel very strongly that what bothers me most about what happens in Wisconsin is that this idea that Republicans or Scott Walker want to destroy education, or they hate teachers, they don't care about, education. It's so ridiculous, the hyperbole that comes from the other side. What I want to do, on that issue is present, no, listen, you pay money to the government, and this government pays money to these public unions to let them work for 20 years and then support them the rest of their lives. That money, we should be sure that we're spending it right. Yes, they do a great service, cops, firefighters, teachers, the rest of them, yes, but we need to be sure that we can afford for them to pay minimally on their health insurance.
There has to be a plan.
There has to be some, they have to put into it, and it's not just because they're teachers or firefighters that they should just get all these benefits that we are really suffering for. I mean, there's not that much money to go around. Let's spend it right.
Okay, now what about private unions? That's different. Private unions, the union man pays for all of his benefits. Now, are you against that union, or do you feel the same way?
No, I'm not against that union, and I'm not even against public unions. But on the private union front, it's the idea. It's a very, I think, Republican idea for an organization of private individuals to just get together and try and force some change into people. I have no problem with that. But when you bring public unions into it, when you have money that's being, taxpayer money being spent, then it really does become, all right, what are you doing with that taxpayer money? And are we spending it right? Private unions is a completely different issue. And I think that one distinguishing factor needs to be made clear to a lot of people, because especially with unions, I know...
It's going to make a lot of my listeners happy.
I know a lot of people who just hear the word union, and they are part of a private union, and therefore they think when you're fighting a public union that you're against them.
That you're fighting them as well.
Right, but you're not, and we're not, and that's not our problem. Our problem is how is taxpayer money, is it being spent right? Let's spend it right, and public unions tap into that. That's what we're trying to make sure is being spent right.
Okay, Andy Sullivan and James Meaney, Blue Collar Corner, thank you.